The views, information, or opinions expressed during the Let's Talk More Action podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and should not be construed as advice, nor do they necessarily reflect the views of Community Action Council's governing bodies, leadership, or staff, or our funding partners. Community Action Council is a private, nonprofit, and nonpartisan organization. We do not support or endorse any political candidates.
This the city's #1 podcast. Love the topics, the guests, and all of the contrasts. They ain't focused on the views and the traffic. What's the point of shining if no jewels for the masses? We gotta spread the news of our passion. Service is a verb, now that's community action. Yo, everybody let's talk. Look, talking ain't enough, so everybody let's walk. We all want freedom, the eagle and the stars, but the only way to reach it, meet the people where they are. Unity's the only way to fend these atrocities. You and me together can eliminate poverty. And this is just a vessel of expression to make sure we stay on the message of progression. Yes, everybody let's talk. Bring your ideas and together we walk. Protect our seeds from the poisonous root, and we gotta reach the source and the soul and the root. Yes, everybody let's talk. We need community action, together we walk. Together we work to reduce violence. Speak through the airways, we refuse silence. Let's talk.
You are listening to Let's Talk More Action. I am Cameron Minter, your co-host, and our host is Sharon Price in the building.
Woo-hoo, Cam.
What's going on, Sharon?
Oh, I'm excited today. This is my favorite month of the year.
It is May, and I don't know about you, but the year is flying by.
It's almost Christmas.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm just saying.
Well, it is May, and May is celebrated around here a little bit differently, isn't it?
May means a little bit something different to everybody at Community Action Council, locally, statewide, and nationally.
That's
Cam.
right.
It is Community Action Month, and Mayor Linda Gordon just named Community Action Month for May just yesterday by proclamation. So we're excited about that.
It's always a little exciting. It makes it a little bit more official, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It makes you stand up a little bit taller, perk your chest out just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Aha.
Get that mic right.
Yeah,
Get that
he's
mic
saying
right.
I'm not situated today.
All right. What we're going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about all things community action. And so just to give the listeners just a little bit of history, in Kentucky, there are 23 community action agencies. We are one of them.
One of 23.
One of 23. So in every single county in Kentucky, there is a community action agency that's waiting to help you and help you find hope and help you reach your dreams. So in any county that you're in, if you're needing a little extra help, you're needing a hand up, you're needing a little bit of hope, you want to reach out to Community Action, you can go to the Community Action Kentucky website, put in your zip code, and it will tell you who you need to call.
That's right.
And so not just in Kentucky.
Not just Kentucky.
Not just Kentucky.
Come
no,
on.
Now stop. You know it's better than that. It's nationwide.
National.
We are national. We're over 1,000 strong community action agencies nationwide. And we're all doing work a little bit differently, but everything that we do is to help other people trying to move out of poverty. That's the core
That's
of
the goal.
why we were created.
Yeah. And I think it's important because people don't know that we're national.
Well, we are national.
We're national. We're
it
big
is not
deal.
just in Lexington.
Right.
And actually, our core service territory in Kentucky is Lexington, Fayette, Bourbon, Harrison, and Nicholas County.
That's our core.
That's our core. Now, we have statewide programs, and we have Head Start programs in 15 counties around Kentucky. So we're doing kind of a lot of things, but we're pretty big. We're not just local.
Hey, we're doing it nationwide.
Nationwide.
Well, we got a guest on the show today to help us talk about what we do.
We do. We have our Director of Community Services, Leidy Borges. Welcome, Leidy.
Gracias por tenerme aquí.
Oh, look, she's starting something. Look, she's starting.
No, that's when you know she's excited. She's excited.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome to the show.
I see the excitement. I'm ready. Where are we going to talk?
Oh,
Where are we going to tell all these people listening to us?
Listen, there's so many things to tell them, but your department is responsible for a lot of the work that happens in our agency. You want to start telling us about some of those?
We are the ones doing the work out there. Basically, we have several programs. One of the largest programs that we help in partner with one of my best colleagues, Jessica Coffey, is the Head Start program.
And she would be our fabulous Head Start director.
Yes, she is.
She's not here today because she's out celebrating the teachers and delivering bundt cakes to all of the teachers to thank them for all of the phenomenal work that they do day in and day out for our kiddos.
Yes. So basically, this program is a program where we start working with the family. And that's a key word, family. Because it's an education program where we actually work with the parents, with the mom when she's pregnant. And we train the mom all the way to she has the child. When the child is birthed, we basically start the process with the education with the child, but the education with the parents. So it's that mix. It's how we actually work with the family in order for them to be the first teacher of that child.
Well, and that's that 2-generational approach that we talk about all the time when it comes to the children and the families. You can't work with one and not the other and expect to see that trajectory change.
Yeah, we got to see that in the house first. We got to see those parents willing to support the children, do better for them so those kids can be better for themselves. So it's basically that family foundation where we work with those parents and we incorporate some of the programs that we have with those parents. And one of those samples is a CDA. So how we train those parents to be even in our classrooms. How can we offer you more than just talking to you and help you achieve a simple goal? No, you're going to be working. You're going to be supporting your house. And you're going to have a certificate that you can stay with us or you can take it to a next level. Let's continue your education in that.
Now, the CDA, what does that stand for?
Child Development Associate's Credential, and that's a nationwide credential that makes you, once you receive that credential, that means that you stand out amongst other child development professionals with the skills that you can bring into the classroom working with children.
It also translates to money, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It all
money.
Oh, absolutely. It's you once the more credentials you have in education, the higher the earnings that you will be able to receive.
Right.
And so that's a big deal. And that's a step. You know, sometimes we might have families that come in and they're not exactly sure. I know that even when I went to college, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with my life. You know, I do have a bachelor's in history, right?
We got that piece of paper that don't mean nothing.
It's in the wall.
Well, because sometimes you don't know.
You don't know.
I started off thinking that I was going to teach history in high school, and that is not the course that I went on at all. I started with working in a preschool setting. You know, and that's where I found my love for Head Start.
That's terrible.
It is terrible.
I started off, because I think it's an injustice to have children make life-changing decisions to say, what do you want to do when you grow up? So I wanted to be a manager because I wanted to be the boss. But they didn't tell me it meant,
You wanted to tell people what to do. That's your thing. I want to tell people what to do.
That didn't mean Target at 3 o'clock in the morning, but that's what it translated. So I never went that way.
And it's the same thing. If that happens with us, that happens with everybody.
Right.
People don't exactly know what it is that you want to do.
Until you tap into that passion.
And once you get that passion, you never let it go.
That's it.
You never let it go. And so I was bitten by the bug, I guess now I hate to say it, but probably 25, 30 years ago, and my history diploma kind of just went. It's not even on my wall anymore because it has no significance to me. What we are doing right here at Community Action, working with families to help them be better tomorrow than they are today, that's what's up. And that's what's important to me. I haven't seen my history diploma in 20 years, because something else,
It wasn't passion, it was work.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's what we want to teach the families, to find that passion. You can be struggling now, but once you find that passion, you're going to have that balance in life. Exactly. I'm doing something that I love and making money, and I'm able to support my family.
Well, and sometimes in the meantime, you have to do something that you're just okay with or
Right.
something that you just like so that you can find what that is.
What that is.
You know, you don't just always know. And so the CDA program is great for parents because we give parents higher priority for working in our programs than we do other people because we want to be able to help them. We have scholarship programs available. Once you get the CDA, we'll help you go back to school if that's what's in the cards for you.
What you talking about? You talking about working here?
I'm talking about working here.
So you talking about hiring people?
Yes, I am. Listen, I am all about hiring people. And I'll tell you, we're already gearing up for August and getting everything in order for August. And so, but we're still trying to get over some of the things of the pandemic. And the major thing is staffing shortage or labor shortage, not just here in Lexington, but it's across the nation. And so we're inviting everyone. If you have a small child under 5 years old, you want to be able to come to the same place and work with them, give Community Action a shot. It gets you out of the house. It gives you an income. I promise you're going to leave with some pride, because of the work that we do and how impactful that is. But we're going to go ahead and help you along the way to develop. And so Head Start is a perfect spot for that. I'm actually a Head Start mom, Yeah. So it's in my blood.
You can actually start in the classroom, but you never know where you'll be.
That's exactly
We have an
right.
executive director here.
And I started with 2-year-olds.
There you go.
And so sometimes you got to get in and try to figure it out while you're going along. And then once it clicks and you get that passion, then you're able to set that trajectory.
I think the prerequisite for working here is that you want to help people. We can find a spot in specific area that you want to help people, but the prerequisite, you got to be ready to help people.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, we've been talking a lot about in the classrooms and in the child development centers, but we have so many different areas that you can support people. We have housing programs, street outreach, case management, all kinds of things. We have a studio, we have a communications department. We have a communications department. If you like working with people and staff, we have a human resources department. We have a finance department. We've got
the gambit.
Yes, we do.
And like the world, we need employees that want to be here. So we just opening that door. It's time. If you're in need of work and you have a desire to help people, I don't think there's a better place.
Oh, I don't think there's a better place. Let's give them some examples, Leidy, of some of the programs that we have, like Project Life.
Yay.
That's one of my favorites.
That's one. So Project Life is basically a program that is for kids that age out of the foster care. And what do we do for them? It's a case management team that works for a full year with these kids to make sure they're self-sufficient. We make sure they get a job. They have to come in with a job. We make sure they not just stay with a minimum wage. How are we going to plan for the future? We need to increase your wage. We help them with the rent, but they have to pay their portion. So it's not just only helping, it's supporting and pushing them for that time when you're getting out of the program.
I love that program.
Yes.
That's a great program.
That's an awesome thing because when you are in foster families and the things that you would think are handed down are not because that connection with the parent is not there. So you're actually, these children are now going into adulthood and they need that support. That's where that case management comes in.
Well, and you don't think about it on a day-to-day basis about what happens to kiddos that go through their whole life in the foster care system. And when it's time for them to exit the foster care system, then what?
Right.
Yeah.
Then your team jumps in. You have Cheryl. You have an amazing team.
Yes, they are great. And they are that person that they can call at any time. It's kind of they're there at any time. We need this case. We got to help this participant. We got to support. You have a job interview. Let's go ahead and write your resume. Let's do financial fitness. They all came up and just finished the taxes for them because we also, in all the programs that we have, we partner with United Way and complete taxes for the community.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. So it's it's a together group making sure those participants get everything that they need.
And I'm going to tell you, sometimes that includes tough love.
Yeah, sometimes we have to have those tough conversations and say, is this the route you want to go? This is what's going to happen if you do this. And most of the times they listen, some of those don't. But it's good sometimes to let them go in that direction and realize that it's okay to make mistakes, but we got to reflect on those mistakes and keep moving forward.
That's right. Don't ever stop. If I stopped every time I made a mistake, I'd be in a hole.
I know,
Yep.
right? That's a part of learning.
It
Yes.
is. And that's one thing. I don't ever want people to be afraid of making mistakes, because that's how growth happens.
It is.
Growth doesn't happen if you're never uncomfortable or
If
having
you're just
to
managing.
that's
You're not
it.
leading.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. And so when we come back from a break, we'll talk about some of the other programs that you're responsible for.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is making a change in the community.
We are Community
Month.
Action.
Woo-hoo!
You're listening to Let's Talk More Action.
This past year has highlighted the strength of Community Action Council. Every day, our staff works together to help families recover from this crisis. We're educating children at home and in person, helping parents who lost their jobs, and helping households avoid eviction. Our work at Community Action Council has never been more important than it is right now. So why don't you join us? We have employment opportunities requiring a range of skills from entry level to advanced. Apply online at commaction.org. That's commaction.org.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teachers, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for? Community Action Council has funding available for those struggling to pay their utilities through the LIHEAP Spring Subsidy Program until June 2nd or until the funds are depleted. You must have an appointment to receive LIHEAP benefits. To schedule your appointment, dial 859-300-6960. That's 859-300-6960.
We're back and we're celebrating Community Action Month, and our guest today is Leidy Borges. Yes.
She is our Director of Community Services. So a lot of the work that happens through her department. But also the work that we have is different based on location, right?
Yeah,
what
that's
happens
correct.
in Fayette County is different than what happens in Nicholas County, different than what happens in Harrison County. In Nicholas County, you have a whole feeding program.
Yes, Angie's doing really good out there. That community, basically every Tuesday, they give out to the community probably 25,000 pounds of food. We do kind of a drive-through where participants come in and we put the bag in their cars. So it's pretty big. It's really nice. It's feeding that community, and every center is different. It's different because community action is based on the community need. So that's the need for Nicholas County. It's different from Fayette County, Harrison, and Bourbon County.
Well, and you're talking about the community need. We have just responded to the community through the pandemic in a way that we would never have imagined that we would have with the housing stabilization program.
Yes, that's my baby.
Yes, it is.
Housing stabilization was an idea that a lot of people don't know, but it came out of, as soon as I started, we met and we said, well, we have a pandemic here. What are we going to do? It was July, and we actually planned CARES money, that it was a little bit of money, and how we were going to get partners and how we were going to build this program. And it turns out that we are spending more than $46 million.
And the reason that number is so impactful is because that money was directly responsible for people staying in their homes, avoiding evictions, and children being able to stay in a steady situation in the same schools. That's a big deal.
Yeah, this program has helped tremendous the community. It has provided them with that stability that was needed through the pandemic. And as of right now, we still continue to support those households that are still struggling a little bit.
And this was a huge collaboration between Community Action, some other partners, but primarily LFUCG, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government, with Charlie Lanter, who was kind of leading the way. And because we were building this program,
it was flying the plane as we were going. it was a Saturday call. Lady, we got this program. What are we going to do?
I remember that because I called Leidy because, Charlie called me and he was like, I need you to take $5 million.
And you're saying Charlie Lanter.
Charlie Lanter,
Commissioner.
from the Commissioner of Housing from LFUCG. He called me and he was like, I'm going to need you to take $5 million. And I was like, oh, my God, how are we going to distribute $5 million? So Leidy and I start planning on how we were going to, divide and conquer in the community. And it has just gone. But the more we did it, the better we got.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's been tremendous change. It's been where we are. We started just making those payments. Then we start incorporating our own programs with the participants and supporting them and providing a little bit more. So it's just help to the community that I'm so thankful that we were able to be that agency that was able to support the community in times of needs.
And so now, over time, the program has changed. And so it's changing and changing and changing. And so now what are the priorities for the program?
Well, right now we're finishing the last round for just emergency assistance, and they're going to incorporate a new program that is going to be more towards that mediation in court. We are working more with participants that have the eviction case because we want to make sure whoever is in more need is receiving the services.
And that's a tough call sometimes, right? Because when it's personal to you.
Yeah.
When it's personal to you.
It is the top need.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. But the good thing about it, I guess, is that the computer system takes all of the subjectivity out of it. Mm-hmm. And, unless you're going through court, we prioritize those. If you're going through court and you have a court case, then you receive a higher priority. Other than that, the computer system automatically pulls based on the information that the participants have put in there, who's the highest priority.
Right.
And so even with that, it's tough.
Still tough.
It's still tough, because everybody's priority is high.
And that's just who we are. I mean, we want to help everybody in every situation, but we have limits.
Yep.
But even in those limits, we're still resourcing, pointing you to where you can get some more help. So it is important.
Well, and I think that's one of the great things about community action is community action we can't do our work by ourselves. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It takes community partners. I can't even tell you how many community partners that we have because it takes the entire community working together, in order for the community to be strong for everybody. And that's one of the beauties that I really love about community action because we have been referred to as the great connectors. And speaking of connectors, you have a connector program.
Another program.
With that play on words.
Yes, Miss Jacqueline out there. She's the program manager.
Jackie
Ringo. And the connectors are very important because health. Who doesn't need health insurance? So that's what they do. They make sure our community has health insurance. They provide applications for food stamps. So instead of going to the food stamp office, you can go to Community Action. Get your application ready. They will set up the appointment. You will have the meeting with the food stamp office, and your case will be complete. But not only that, those parents that we have in the Head Start, going back to how we incorporate all the programs that we have, all those parents in Head Start, when they need a child care contract, we have that services through the Connector program. So it's kind of 3 programs in one.
There's, Cameron, we're doing so much.
Hey.
We are. And that's why I'm just excited about
we ain't even mentioned
the whole month.
Ain't even mentioned energy assistance or anything like that.
Yeah, let's talk about that because we Absolutely. We always have the LIHEAP program, but we're going to have LIWAP, which is the water program.
Yes, we had back in the days before COVID, LIHEAP was only 2 times a year.
Yes.
So during COVID, we have LIHEAP all year round. And this year, we actually had a subsidy, spring subsidy that is running right now. That's a one-time payment on your electric bill.
What do people need to do if they need assistance with their utilities?
They need to go on our website and go
www.comaction.org.
Or you can call that number 859-300-6960, I want to say.
Well, I'm not going to go on that. I'm going to go
We just played the commercial.
859-233-4600.
There it is.
That's it.
We just played the commercial. Go back and listen to the commercial.
859-233-4600. You know, and when the receptionist answers, just tell them that you need assistance with your utilities, and they'll make sure that they connect you to the right person.
Yeah, so that's the one that is running right now. We're waiting on information on the LIWAT. This program will help us with the water assistance.
And this is another program that we operated during COVID as well for
during
the first time in my tenure.
Yeah, it's in my 10 years. It's been the first time that we operated the LIWA, and it was very successful.
And so this is for folks that might need additional assistance with.
We're waiting on the details to see if it's going to be a crisis of a subsidy. So once we get all the details, we will put it out there in our website. So please go to our Facebook page, our website, and all that information will be updated on the program.
And the reason that lady is a little bit hesitant on saying anything
Don't
is
want to say
because
it wrong.
right,
Yep.
we don't want to say it wrong because every dollar that we get in, we are responsible to other people and operating it in the manner that they have trusted us. You know, there's a lot of paperwork that goes on behind the scenes to make sure that we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing.
Yes, ma'am.
And so Patricia Shobe is the person that's been running point on that for you.
She's my emergency service person, Shobe.
She has every answer, and she has been
For
with the
years.
organization, I
For
bet,
years.
30 years or more.
Yes.
You know, so she knows exactly what to do. And
She
to
was
get
my
people
boss when I started.
Oh, really?
Yay.
Oh, well, she is the person
is
that can help with
amazing.
that. Absolutely. And so what other programs do you have? You talked about VITA a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we have a financial fitness program. This
Okay.
program runs 3 to 4 times a year because it's a 6 weeks program where we work with the participants. We try to get much Head Start participants than community just because, again, we want to keep all the services around our Head Start families. But we incorporate the community, and they teach them how to save. They teach them how to manage their money. They teach them basically all your financials. And in some cases, we do a matching if you save for the 6 weeks. So let's say you save $300, we give you $600. So that's part of the financial fitness program. And again, we put it out there on Facebook, on our website. You got to go on social life. You got to go to Facebook page and know what's going on.
She's saying go to social media. She said
Social
get
life
out
together.
there. That's what she said. Get your social life
Get your
together.
social life
That's
together.
it. That's it.
And part of that financial fitness is the taxes. We partner with United Way every year. And around the last week of January, beginning of February, we run a taxes program. It's called the VITA program. And it's free of charge. And we complete taxes for all the community.
See, we are just doing so many things. And every program that we talk about, we've been talking about somebody else, another community partner, because it takes all of us working together in order.
We can't do it alone.
Nobody can.
No.
Nobody can.
I haven't even mentioned the CDL program, which
Oh
is
my
that's my
gosh.
favorite.
The award-winning CDL program.
That's my other baby.
Joshua McCann. Woo woo.
Well, we have a CDL program, and that's a commercial driver's license. And what we do is basically we get participants in the community. We always prioritize Head Start parents. So this is important for you to enroll your child in Head Start. And we provide a training. The training depends on how fast you learn. Because it's a curriculum, it's a 40-hour that you have to study for your test. Once you pass that test, it's kind of a reading test where you have to answer questions. Then you go to your practice test. And it depends on what's your speed of learning and your speed of getting
But
on
I'm going
those
to tell
tests.
you what, Josh McCann has been pushing them through. He is an awesome instructor.
He will schedule your day even if you're not ready.
Yes, he will, because he has confidence.
That you can do it.
He
Yes.
does. He has confidence. And I'm going to tell you what, anybody out there that's listening and you're talking about a CDL, a commercial driver's license, people that have been graduating through the program, they are getting employment before they finish the program, and they're making $25-$30 an hour driving.
There it is.
You have one.
What about building your own business?
That's what he did.
Yes, he basically started with us, got his CDL, went down, got a couple trucks, and he has his own business.
There
Yeah.
it is.
So that's a story. That's how
That
you
is.
went from literally having a regular job, maybe not a job, to get your own business. That's what we do at Community Action.
That
who we are.
that is what we do, and that's what I love, because you can come to Community Action and you might not exactly know what it is that you want or what it is that you need, and I promise you we can help you find it.
And not only that, when we were talking about employment, we listen to the ideas. So if you're coming in and you just, started as a teacher, but you have ideas, something different that we want to do, you're able to express yourself and tell us what you're wanting to do.
Yeah, because the CDL came as a recommendation from the staff.
Yep.
So that's another thing that we do really well at Community Action is listening to our staff.
Yes.
Cameron, I hate that I hear this music, because that means that we have all of these other things that we haven't even talked about.
Absolutely.
But here's just one more thing.
One more thing.
Yeah, because community action agencies all across Kentucky are going to be going to the Capitol.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and that's going to be a big event. We're
is
going to
that?
be meeting with the governor. It's May 15th.
May 15th.
May 15th. And so we're going to be taking over the Capitol.
And that's the other aspect that we do, which is advocacy.
Advocacy
We
is one of
speak
our
for those that don't have the voice or don't have the power in their voice. So we try to speak on behalf of people with low income, and that's what we'll be doing.
We not only that, we speak on behalf of those that don't even speak the language, because we care about all those out there. We have a diverse team that supports every single one of our community members out there.
There it is.
And I can't think of a better way to end the show. Lady just said it, Cam.
I know that's right. Thank you, lady, for being on the show.
Thank you for
It's been an
having
honor
me.
having you. And let's celebrate.
Woo woo!
We need to
Listen,
get some-
859-233-4600. We're taking applications for employment, and we're here to help you reach your dreams. Give us a call.
All right. You've been listening to Let's Talk More Action.